Welcome back to Longbox Diving, where we explore comics and story arcs pulled from the long box. I've done a lot of videos today, and now I can't speak. But we're reviewing all the comics that we picked up Wednesday, and hopefully you've gotten everything you're supposed to have gotten. And we're going to review today Fantastic Four Life Story number 5. And so this is a series. I think Chip Zdarsky did the first one with Spider-Man Life Story, and it was really well done. And it kind of goes through the story of how the Fantastic Four probably would have gone down if each book in the arc is a different decade. So it starts like in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. It's just the 2000s. And then the next issue is going to be into the 2010s, right? So, and you see them grow older in these stories. So there's a very interesting take. It's more like an Elseworlds type story. It's a very interesting take on the like Spider-Man and on the Fantastic Four. And we see them, first issue, they're going to space, etc. And we see different things of that. And we find that basically Reed Richards has gotten a psychic link with Galactus. And he knows Galactus is coming. And so the Silver Surfer shows up. Finally, here it's been like 40 years. He's been saying this is going to happen. And he's gotten Dr. Doom involved, and he's gotten the Mad Thinker involved, and he's got Tony Stark involved, and they've tried multiple ways to convince people that we have to be ready for Galactus to come, and he's run out of options. Now the world is all locked, Silver Surfer's come, the whole world's kind of locked into inaction with the UN, etc. And so Reed Richards is actually going into a subspace room where he can think on Galactus and try to find Galactus' weakness. And it ain't working. Then we see that, see there, I like that. So Johnny Storm has died. Johnny Storm is no longer alive. He's died. I think that happened in the last issue. We have Silver Surfer there. So the Silver Surfer shows up to talk to the Fantastic Four, and he basically says the only way I was able to save my world is becoming the Herald of Galactus. And so now that you have a psychic connection to Galactus, Mr. Reed Richards, we would like you to be the new Herald. I'm dying, and I would like you to be the new Herald to Galactus. And so Reed is like, no, I'm not going to do that. And they go, well, you have 4 years. And so they kind of decide to live up the days and kind of enjoy their grandchildren, etc. And we see that Franklin is married to a girl from Wakanda. I'm not sure how that happened or came about, but he's got 2 kids, and he's living in Wakanda. I think that's Shuri. I think that actually is Shuri. But he calls the girls Kanda, and he doesn't give... But she does say, my brother. So have a feeling that, that's T'Challa, that he is now part of the royalty of Wakanda, which is kind of cool. And then we see that Silver Surfer comes and starts trying to make a deal with Doom as well, and that didn't go so well. But Reed Richards is, again, still in the subspace thing, and they're like, hey, we just need to live it up. And they do. They go out, and they go party, they kind of hang out with their friends, they hang out with the kids, and then it's time, right? Galactus is almost there. And then, Reed Richards says, yes, I will become your herald. Just give me a couple hours with my family to say goodbye. And so Silver Surfer goes up to space, and basically he takes the power cosmic from him, and he just kind of dies in space. Then we see Reed Richards, well, what we assume was Reed Richards, but it's actually Franklin. And so Franklin, sorry about the cough. Franklin was revealed has the ability to excite the electrical impulses in a brain, and that Wakanda had gave him a vibranium cornet thing to put on his head to help focus that. And so they sent Reed Richards into the subspace thing. Reed Richards is keeping Galactus distracted and pounding his brain from inside, where Franklin just starts hitting him with his power and starts racking Galactus's brain from outside. And Galactus kind of like that you are never truly defeated unless you are destroyed from within. Amplifying psionic energy. My mind, what is happening? And then he's about to die, and the thing comes in and just like, clobbering time, knocks him for a loop, and Galactus is down. Galactus is out. It's 2009. The whole world's celebrating, but Reed Richards is in a vegetative state. You see there, and kind of in the wheelchair here. His mind is gone. And, you know, his son is like, hey, we're going to take care of Dad. We're never going to forget. And then we kind of get this image here. The Fantastic Four, Life Story 6, Latveria. And so I'm not sure if that's Franklin as an older man. We'll see. But overall, this is actually a pretty good story. So the cover, I'm going to give it a 2.5. It follows the trend of the rest of the covers. So overarching theme fits. It's just kind of weird. And like, I remember my son looking at it and going, what is that? And I had to explain, that's Galactus. And once I said it, it was like, oh, okay, I can see it now. But it's really hard to kind of understand what you're looking at. What is what? In the overarching story is pretty good. So I give the story about a 3. That's a 2.5, 3. And the art is about it's about a 3. It's pretty good. There's some spots that are better than others, but overall it's probably a 3. Some good stuff in here. I don't know if they swapped artists in the middle here. Nope. Well, they have 2, Sean Isaac and Carlos Magno. So I don't know who did what. Colorist Nolan Woodard. So I don't know who did what. Maybe one's the inker, one's the artist. Not sure, but overarching is pretty good. So 2.5, 3. We're looking at 2.7. It's a pretty good story. It's above average. It's definitely worth the read, in my opinion, for a good Fantastic Four family story that kind of follows them with a cool concept of them actually aging through time and how they deal with the stuff that's happened to them in the big galactic type story, overarching story. So I think it's pretty cool. So definitely a recommend, in my opinion, and we'll see you next time here in the Long Box.